where's the deal with the street? I said, Puerto Rico was on the flight, man. I don't know. You might be asleep, man. Like, I don't know. I see you hit me last night. It was 2 o'clock in the morning for me. I didn't know if you were just getting in
Mhm.
or whatever
No,
the case.
I was in the middle of flight because and shit like that, and then I got a huge layover
Mm-hmm.
because of rain and shit. I was like, fuck. So that delayed everything and shit.
All right, hold on.
But you know what I'm saying? But what's up, everybody? You know, we're gonna start off the podcast with grand opening, grand closing. What's up, man? What's going on, bro? What's been popping with you, man, this weekend? Man, I seen you getting into Madden, yo.
Oh yeah. Hold on. Yeah, I'm definitely getting into to Madden. I don't know what the hell happened. We still
Oh,
live. Yeah, I'm getting into Madden, man. I'm out there doing these jokers dirty, man.
you know what I'm saying? Yo, so what you did to Smooth? I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Yo, so I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna buy Madden on Xbox this year. This is the first time I played Madden on a different console in almost since like the Super Nintendo and shit.
Oh wow.
No, but on the real though, it's because I re-upped live for the whole year because Microsoft had a deal for $45, like from the store.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, fuck it, man. Why I'm gonna pay $9 for 1 month? When I could get the whole year for 45 and shit.
Mm-hmm.
To play Fight Night. But I want to play more than just fucking Fight Night.
Oh
So
yeah.
I said, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I said,
Oh
fuck
yeah.
it.
So you don't have EA access to the streets.
No, so I was thinking, so like EA Access, you could pay like $5 a month, right?
Okay, yeah, $5 a month.
Yeah, so this is what I want to do. This is the scheme I want to do. So today I want to sign up for EA Access for $5 a month, right? Pay my $5 for this month, right?
Mm-hmm.
That should give me early access to Madden, right?
Yeah, but Madden.
So then, so what I'm gonna do is, so I'm gonna pay $5. This is me, man. I gotta focus on my phone 1K and shit. So I'm gonna pay my $5, right? Then download Madden, have it early access, and then on the 10th or 11th, when it officially releases, so now the game is for everybody, I'm gonna cancel my subscription.
No, but here's the thing. No, listen what you do. You buy it from EA Access. You get it cheaper.
And it's cheaper too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna do all that, and then on the 10th, the 11th, I'm gonna cancel my
But
subscription.
look at there's a lot of games in there you may want. I don't know. There's a lot of games in there.
Yeah, but I have most of them.
Oh, I'm just saying they just put a whole.
That's like it's a good thing. Like if you don't buy, like let's say if you just bought an Xbox One console, the hell yeah, get EA access because there's a lot of fucking Dragons, Inquisitions up in there, Madden. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of the Battlefield 1, right? That's on there, right?
Yeah, everything.
Yeah, Battlefield Hardline. All that big shit is there. So if you just bought an Xbox One now for the first time and you didn't own a PC or PS4 and you never played these games, hell yeah, pay $5 a month because you have access to so much content. But I'm like a fuck boy like me. My dumb ass be buying a lot of these games day one. So it doesn't really, and I already had it and beat on PlayStation. So it doesn't do much. But this man in particular, I could get it cheaper. I could get it earlier. And then grand opening, grand closing. We closing shop on the 11th. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers, Microsoft EA be looking like this Puerto Rican motherfucker, bro. You the cheapest bastard ever. Like, you goddamn right. I'm gonna abuse this fucking system.
Yeah,
so that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna do that today. I'm gonna download it, get the shit today. And then I'm gonna fucking. So I haven't played on Xbox. I have to play, a couple of practice games because that shit's gonna confuse the fuck out of me. That YBA shit. Because I'm used to Xbox Circle.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna be like, what the fuck? Like this is all confusing shit. But but I'm gonna get down. Then I'll play with y'all because I gotta get my money's worth with this fucking live shit.
Hey yo, hold
can't just be fight night, bro. Like, motherfuckers gonna get sick of it. You're gonna be at Puerto Rico if you don't get another fucking game.
Yeah, I know. Shout out to my brother too, Jay Dells. He hooked me up with the PS4 controller. You
didn't know you had warranty replacement as part of the contract.
I see, man. Slam Spider Man.
You sending, you were sending a request to the wrong people.
Yeah, for real.
So this is J-Dub. We get free warranty replacement.
Yeah, for real, man. Okay, all right. We here good now. Hold up. PS4. All right. Shout if you guys come in and you be so kind again, hit the like button. We got a little fun in here today. Little bit, man. We're gonna talk about the Spider-Man fiasco. Whole bunch of stuff. Like shit, how you say shit is definitely out here looking spooky in these gaming streets, bro. I don't know what the hell going on. I don't know what's going on with my Xbox brethren out there, man. The Microsoft employees, they out there slamming and looking crazy. Like this shit is looking spooky, man. This shit looking real. Hold up, shout out to Yo Blow. What's good, Next Gen and PR? Shout out to my brother Yo Blow. Long time no see, good brother. Sup, dude? What's going on? Emirates 14, Lex Prez. Rex, Ice Queen Gaming. Shout out to you, sweetheart. I think you're female. You can't be too short these days. The finest, Stoshua. Connor McBee, Ray X, the fun, and Septic Meatball. Septic was one of the guys asking me, what's up with the show, man? It's like we back today. We back, man. Can you hear me? Us in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be hear us in the back.
Garuda. Shout out to Garuda Legends, man. Always referred to the show. But like I said, you Puerto Rico, you've been gone. Well, you went back stateside.
That's it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Just some more military working for a weekend, Camp Cruz, North Carolina. But it was a blessing because my daughter still lives out there.
Oh, so you got to hang out
in Jacksonville. Yeah, because she's studying to be a nurse out there in college. So I was able to spend some time with her. So this was a blessing too. Got a free trip. Spend some time with her. I also saw Ant-Man with her. So I took her. We saw Ant-Man. That movie's whack, dog.
Yeah.
That shit is garbage, bro. I'm like, yo.
I seen the first one. I didn't see it.
It's good. All right, I'll say this: it's garbage because it's pointless. The plot is a stupid plot. Like it was so fucking unnecessary. Like they didn't have like it seemed like they didn't have anything else to do. They didn't have a better idea, which I'm surprised. But it wasn't a good plot. It was a very boring, stupid. Especially coming off of Infinity War, that shit was like That's like, motherfucking, you just finished watching the Super Bowl, and then the next day, motherfuckers want you to watch Canadian football. You're like, what the fuck is we doing here? You're like, yo, it's bad. Like, the plot was bad. I'm very disappointed in the plot. I mean, the fun aspect and the jokes is all there, but the plot was like, it's a stupid plot. The only thing that was cool was the after credit ending. That shit was like, oh shit. That's about it.
Oh, okay.
But I don't want to spoil nothing because the movie's still relatively new and shit like that. So
slamming. I'm still title as we go on. Slamming PS4. I'm sorry, Spider-Man. There we go. Spider-Man being a PS4 exclusive. Go figure. Listen. This thing here gets deep. Now listen. We was talking a little bit off the air. You talking about? Did I start a religion here? I want to say this right here. Listen, the views and opinions of others, you know what I mean? I don't know what this, because this is deeper than motherfucking just fanboys are. This is deeper than this crap.
This is similar to 1080p makes you a better gamer. It's on that level. Like, yo, what the fuck are we doing here?
This shit crazy, bro. This shit crazy. Hey, listen. When I got up today, I checked. I'm like, what the hell? Nah, hell no. This guy can't be. Nah,
you got that shit up on the screen?
Yeah, no, you can share it. You can bring.
Hold on. Let me see. I think you because I have to look for that shit.
On the right hand, 3 dots in the right hand corner. Damn.
Yep. Okay. Hold up.
Oh, I can give you the tweet.
No, I'm saying I don't have the tweet. Yeah, I don't have the tweet up.
Okay.
Yeah, if you could put the tweet up, because I will have to look. Let me see. Hold on. If I got it, then look. If I got it, but yo, that shit blew my fucking mind.
Yeah, basically saying that there's no Spider-Man. What the fuck? Make us less power. That was some real live fanboy shit right there.
Yeah. In fact, I have my boy JVB. He put like all 3 like next to each other. So hold up. Let me see. Hold up. Give me a second. So that way,
I'll get to you. Hold up. I'll get to you.
Because I got he put it like in a collage. So let me see.
There you go, right here.
You already did it?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna give you the link. Yeah, you can share it. You can share it. Copy, Facebook. Here you go. Here's the link. Right click, paste.
Okay, I got it.
You got it?
Yeah, I got it. I got what he did. He did a nice little collage. So, all right. So, and then you said the 3 dots on the corner. Yeah. Yep. Share screen. Okay. Oh, they're trying to get fancy with this shit now.
No, we just in a regular hangout.
Okay, cool. All right.
Copy.
All right. Y'all see my screen?
Yeah, we can see your screen.
Yeah. Let me see if
you can zoom in. You can zoom in. Yeah.
Let me see.
Zoom in.
Let's see. I don't want it. Let me do this. Let me hide this right here.
Zoom in.
Let me fix it up because I don't want to.
So give us a background. What the hell's going on here? For those who may just be joining the show right now.
All right. So people know this Ryan Matthews, right? So
no.
Ryan Matthews.
Before you get to Ryan Matthews, this all week you've had just Xbox fanboys losing their goddamn mind on Twitter, doing videos. You had Kid Smooth. I see you did a video to it. I did a dog shit video to it. You had Mooch and Crap. I had on the Crossfire podcast. They had a segment dedicated to Spider-Man. Then my man, the king of all clickbaits, my brother Crap went back in on him. You know what I mean? He just temper your expectations and all this other shit about Spidey. Like, what's going on? Talk to me, man.
All right, so as we're getting closer approaching to the release date of Spider-Man, haters, people who own PS4, whatever category, pretty much the people that don't have access to this game, they're getting angsty. You know what I'm saying? You've seen a lot more damage control. You see a lot more doom and gloom type scenarios. You even have people saying, oh, it's just a Spider-Man game. Like, what's the big deal? And shit like that. I don't play superhero games. So I'll give you a couple examples from my perspective. Some of the things I've seen. I've seen people like, and it's funny, you know, because motherfuckers, you know, PlayStation, you know, gamers in general, they're funny, bro. Because motherfuckers become Sherlock Holmes. So one dude comes out in the middle of one of my tweets talking about because I made a tweet, even I'm on my bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I'm in my bag. You know what I'm saying? I'm on a whole, you know, because I'm gonna get out there and I'm gonna do some fuck shit too, right? So I made a tweet saying, you know, motherfuckers saying, you know, Spider-Man, you know, looks like the same shit. And then they come out and be like, yo, I pre-ordered Forza Horizon 4. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing here? You're complaining about shit that looks the same, yet you're still playing Forza Horizon. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm saying, right? So then, of course, you know, I started, you know, I kicked the hornet's nest, shit like that. One dude comes out, he's like, well, I don't like superhero games, so, you know, this doesn't mean nothing, while Racers is an amazing genre. So, of course, every community got their Sherlock Holmes. Motherfuckers posted his Xbox Live tag. Yo, that motherfucker got like 70% achievements on Superman 360, bro. Like, you know? Like, yo, you know, motherfucker like played all the Batman Arkham Asylums and shit like that. He played all the Arkham games. You know, he plays Superman games and he plays some of the cornier fucking superhero games like The Punisher and shit like that.
Uh-huh.
But when motherfuckers saw his Superman achievements, they're like, Superman 360? Like, what are we doing here? Like, you just said you don't care for superhero games, yet you're playing Superman 360. And he's like, oh, you know, but my kids. And like, get the fuck out of here, bro. You guys been exposed. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then you got Kids Move saying it's only being hyped because it's an exclusive. But yet in the same video, he's showing how trash Spider-Man's. Like, he's providing the evidence. Mm-hmm. It's like Spider-Man 50s, 40s Metacritic, low sales. You know, and he couldn't put two and two together. So it's pretty much everybody's trying to downplay the obvious fact that this game is going to be possibly not just one of the best Spider-Man games of all time, but possibly one of the best games of 2018 in general. Kind of like what Batman Arkham, you know, when Arkham Asylum first came out, you know, it became one of probably the best Batman game ever released. But for the game itself, it became one of the best games of 2009. It even won Game of the Year awards at certain outlets. You know, that's the hype people have behind Spider-Man. You know, can we finally get these great comic book IPs, you know, and instead of just being a derivative comic book IP, can they be among the gods, you know, among the best games of that year instead of the derivative trash? That's the real hype, you know what I'm saying? But of course, you got people who don't have access to the game, refuse to have access to the game because they, for whatever reason, don't want to get a PlayStation. They still be like, oh, I don't want to pay $300-$400. They're like, motherfucker, you could get a Slim for like $170. Hell, you could get the shit used. It is like it's chump change now. Like, hell, y'all motherfuckers spending more money on services per month.
Hey, yo, hold on. You know? Let me address this guy in the chat. First of all, shout out to Von Lamont. It's Sony going to be working with Sony on Next Generation. Which is probably, I mean, here's the thing. Only thing about Sony, which, I mean, I guess is good for business for them, they don't allow their publishers or their partners to own the IP. Yeah, and I know that was one of the reasons why Insomniac, you know, did the Sunset Overdrive, because they wanted to own the IP. But so this guy here, what's what? First of all, shout out to you. But you know, on this show, sometimes you know, no fucks is given, and I don't mind throwing members of the audience up under the bus. And nobody immune for this shit here. He said, "Next gen, stop it, bro. Acknowledge my comment. You see, Xbox employees are soft when they compliment God of War, but an Xbox employee criticize the games. He's what, an Xbox fanboy?" He's left another comment for me.
Oh shit! Like, listen, hold up. All right, here's the thing, and we'll address that right now. There's a difference between he's not criticizing the game. He's using, you got a Microsoft employee using low-level fanboy tactics. You understand what I'm saying? Like, since we're there, let's address Ryan Matthews, right? On top of everything, right? So here's Ryan Matthews, right? Heartbreaker H2O. That's his name on Twitter, right? Yeah. So he replies to Insomniac.
Heartbreaker, don't you keep my soul alive? Sorry, Gabe. I'm sorry, go.
Right? My man said, great example of what you are doing to Spider-Man fans, not on PS4. Looks like you adopted their stance on uniting the game industry. I'll wait until it hits PC. Shame 2 looked like a great game. So Insomniac replied, and then it made sense because I'm thinking, goddamn, why the fuck would Insomniac reply to this motherfucker? Like, because the way he spoke, just like another butthurt fanboy or whatever,
like
right?
the crap gamer alter ego.
Right. Something, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? The followers of crap. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay. So they actually replied to him. I'm like, hey, we have a very nice PS4 Pro bundle coming for Spider-Man fans that can kill two birds with one stone here, while also giving you a chance to play Game of the Year contender God of War. Win-win, we think. So I'm thinking, oh shit. They clap back. And Insomniac's like, we ain't putting up with you Xbox bullshit. We tired. All right? All you got is fucking, games with original assets. All you got is Super Lucky's Tales.
Zoo Tycoon.
You know what I'm saying? Zoo Tycoon. And State of Decay is about to fall off the map. All right? Got your ass some Game of the Year win. We think it's win-win. Grand opening, grand closing.
Oh, y'all think my time, I think I'm playing grand opening, grand closing. I'm sorry. But
you know what I'm saying? So then Ryan Matthews came back, and I'm thinking, oh, man, my man doubled down with his fanboy shit, right? So he said a system with less power, features, and doesn't allow crossplay. Now, these are terms that are textbook, that they're written in the book of crap. These are the things you say to Sony ponies. I'm like, oh shit! Like these are literally tactics. Like he hit all the wickets. Like he like there's a checklist for fanboyism. PlayStation guys, we have our checklist. Like did you mention Xbox got exclusives? Did you mention they're all on PC? You know what I'm saying? Did you mention fucking original assets? You know what I'm saying? Did you mention Metacritic scores? We have our little go down the line checklist. To get a motherfucker, right? These are the basic, this is the basic survival kit, on Twitter crumb side. So my man got the Xbox. He put out the checklist. He got the crumb side checklist and he hit all the wickets. Did you talk about how PS4 has no power? Did you talk about has no features? Did you talk about crossplay? Granted, it's a single player game, but fuck that. We're gonna talk about crossplay. We're gonna mention crossplay on a single player game. You got to break out the checklist. So my man took out the checklist, textbook fanboy. And my man said, don't get me wrong here. There are some amazing games on PS4. I just don't think superhero games should ever be exclusive, regardless of publisher. I do hope it does well because we need more like it. Also, he pulled out the checklist, but of course, he did the shadow technique. He pulled out the potion to disguise himself. And I'm thinking, man, this guy, I'm like, yo, this guy's fanboy 101. And then come to find out, right? Ryan Matthews works for Microsoft.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, and everybody sees it here. I'm like, oh, shit. And here's homeboy right here. Oh, shit. Yeah. This dude's like 40 years old, working for Microsoft, using fanboy checklist tactics. Oh, shit. So I'm sorry. When I saw this, the first thing I thought of, yo, Z fucked up. I thought, yo, Zaire. I'm like, yo, and then the reason why I thought about you, I'm like, yo, when Zaire started this, you took the war to a whole new level, right? Because these guys were still trying to use 360 tactics, and you're like, nah, this ain't gonna work this then. Yeah. So I'm gonna elevate my game, So you brought up the ammunitions of DX12, cloud technology, Joe Montana. You elevated the war, BGST. You orchestrated this battle, right? But in the end, you did it for fun. It was entertainment. Yeah. Like you did it for all for entertainment because the Xbox dudes prior to you, they try to use boring shit. Oh, we got sales and Xbox. Like man, no one's gonna listen to you. We gotta bring entertainment. I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna do my Don King shit up in here, and we're gonna make this shit bigly. We're gonna expose fake news
on many sides, on both sides, okay? On many sides.
We're gonna do this shit. We're gonna bring ponies versus Xbox. We're gonna do it big, right? But what started out as simply entertainment has been converted to a religion, and now there's no going back. Every Friday when the full moon is out, you got these Xbox dudes in cloak, humming, with candles. They're like, you got dudes in Brazil, kneeling, worshiping the floor of the almighty Xbox, kissing it. I'm like, yo, this shit is serious. You got motherfuckers trying to fucking dox me and fucking trying to take over my fucking Google account, see people logged into my Google from the UK. I'm like, yo, this shit is wild. This shit's a religion now. I'm like, yo, this shit's gone. Now even the Microsoft employees, yo, this shit's big, bro. What you did, yo, you like that dude with Scientology, bro. You fucking I don't know, yo. I don't know, bro. You can't stop this beast now.
Hey, yo, hold
Can't
up.
contain it.
Hey, yo,
It can't be contained.
Hey, yo, the Ruham. Shout out to my brother. He said, "What's up, my brother? What's going on in these Spidey streets? Loud, wild, great show, guy." Listen, I'm gonna say this right here, right? All jokes aside, right? Nah, fuck the all jokes ain't gonna be set aside. Listen, even me, with me being the biggest Xbox fanboy that there was at that time, even I wouldn't come out and say certain shit. Some shit, just a little too. Listen, trust me, with all my grand wisdom, I can tell you, I can so sea salt to a slug, sand on the beach, motherfucking ice cube to a motherfucking Eskimo, right? A tic tac to a whale. Even me with all my grand wisdom and intuition,
Motherfucker could sell tiger meat to a vegan.
yeah,
right?
you know what I mean. I couldn't do it. And again, like you said, now I don't know if my man had a lapse in judgment. This shit was he drinking? Now don't get me wrong. And to answer my guy there in the chat, he said, "Answer my question now, next gen." You accuse him of being soft. Listen, okay, you're right, but don't be out there just foolish like this. Now you're gonna be the fucking laugh at me for the next few weeks on the goddamn internet. Like that was like Porter Rock said was a fanboy argument. You know what I mean? Like god damn. Like why is he even going to Insomniac? It's Sony's goddamn. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they're just employing. They're just making the game. They don't have.
That's the big thing. Oh, you guys fucked up releasing it. It ain't Insomniac.
Yeah.
They don't have control over that. It's Sony. They own it. They're just developing it. That's another thing. If you're a Microsoft employee, they should have tagged Sony.
I don't know. Like I said, maybe he might have been drunk, man. I don't know what the fuck that's about. Shout out to Von Lamont. He says, "What if Sony gets more exclusive Marvel games for Spider-Man?"
Man, that's
good.
I'll be honest, bro. Sony should go for that. I'll be honest, bro.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
let's look at it this time. Like in the 90s when Sony purchased Spider-Man, right? Mm-hmm. Because like when that whole Fox being selling and shit like that, they're selling off assets. There was an article I read, like on one of those movie magazines. They're talking about how did the whole issue became what it is today, meaning how did Marvel lose their IP rights? Now they're trying to get it back, right? So they went back to the 90s on how everything began, and it first started with Sony. So Marvel was selling off all their comic IPs because they weren't into movies. They had no studio assets, they had nothing. And nobody there at the time had any vision to push movies. You know what I'm saying? So to make money, because they were really mostly making money off of cartoons and the actual comics, and merch and shit like that. They were selling off their IPs for big money. They originally approached Sony. They actually went to Sony to sell them the Marvel Universe. Sony just opted out for the same amount of money and just took Spider-Man. Like Sony opted out. They just said, no, we just want Spider-Man because they felt all the other characters were worthless, And Marvel's like, okay, fine. If you just we're going to give you everything. Like, just take it all. And it's yours, like permanent purchase. Like, this is all yours. All Marvel IPs and characters belong to you. They literally. Sony obviously didn't have any forevision of today. They didn't have the foresight to be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Damn, if we take these IPs, granted, Spider-Man's the most popping right now in the 90s, but we could potentially X-Men, Captain America. Who knows what we could do with these characters? Let's just buy it because it's not costing us any extra money anyway. Let's just grab it and take it, and then we'll work from it from there. They didn't have that, right?
Oh, yeah.
The reason why I bring that up now. These, Microsoft, even Nintendo, they would be crazy not to go after Marvel licensing for the IPs. Mm-hmm. This is a big moneymaker. If you get these comic book IPs, right, and you get a quality developer behind it, this shit's gonna fucking print money. Like right now, if Microsoft were to take Black Panther, and let's say they were to, I don't know, put a good dev behind it, maybe let's think of a good dev that you think that will make a great Black Panther, right? That's not already busy making a game. Like Sony obviously grabbed Insomniac because their internal studios are busy with their own IPs, right? But let's say Microsoft, who could I think of that's a good developer out there? That's out of the box.
Square Enix.
Okay, let's say like Square Enix, or they do a joint thing. Let's say they do something with somebody, right? Yeah. But it's a good quality developer. Mm-hmm. That Black Panther game will fucking sell off to me, bro.
Listen, that's why I said during the week, about Microsoft being, a day late and a dollar too short. Like I said, Marvel movie or just comic book, things right now is on fire. You got the Avengers, You got maybe they don't even
Yes,
do Marvel. See if they just go with the Justice League or with what do you call them motherfuckers and get a exclusive Aquaman game or something. I have again a quality developer developing 2 AAA. You know what I mean?
But knowing Phil, motherfucker go after Booster Gold or some dumb shit. Right? What the fuck is you doing, bro?
What's my man shouting along Glass?
My favorite character. Like what the?
What's that movie? What's that movie? What's that series coming up? Shaft, Unbreakable Glass, going split.
Oh yeah, motherfucker will go for Glass. Motherfucker will make a Mr. Glass game.
Yo, Shyamalan. What's that? What's his name? Shyamalan.
Well, the point of the game is you have to try to walk down the street without breaking your bones and shit. Like what the fuck do we do?
Breaking your leg.
But it's in 4, but the bone breakage is in 4K native rendering. Like what the fuck?
Just like I said, it's just been great. I don't know. Just a day late, a dollar too short. My man was pissed off in that goddamn chat. Answer my question, Z.
You see what I'm saying?
Calm down.
Like I demand.
Listen. I command you as your maker on some true love shit. That's not the point. What he said is irrelevant. Don't you think it's good he's not an employee praising? But first of all, my man. First of all, and again, shout out to you for watching this dog shit show today. And I asked you how old are you, and this is no disrespect, because maybe we need to break it down a little further on what I'm saying. When I talk about Microsoft employees out there kissing their ass, I can't wait to go home Swift, Mary Switchmas and all that shit. This is something totally different. This is some real live fanboy shit here. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like first of all, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Puerto Rock, like what he did was just like some real live kid snooze shit. You know what I mean? There was some real live kids.
Here's what Z's saying, all right? When you want to be the behemoth that you are, all right? Instead of saying Merry Switchmas, say Merry Xmas, like a big X with like the Xbox symbol. Yeah. Instead of saying, "Ooh, I'm about to go stream Neo." I mean, fuck, you had fucking Halo Wars. I mean, granted, it is what it is, but you just released that game because both games came around the same time.
Yes, sir.
Halo Wars 2 and Neo came around the same time, but he goes, I'm about to stream Neo. How about you stream, even if you don't like the fucking game, Front. It's your shit. It's your platform. Fake it. Fake the love. I'm about to stream Halo Wars 2. We're gonna have a great time. We're gonna have a jolly old time. You know what I'm saying? That's the shit. Yeah. It's gonna be bigger. That's the shit he's expecting. Use your own platform to enhance your platform. But this is just fanboy. Number one, listen, no one cares about the power and the features. I mean, and
that's what kind of the most power. The PS4 Pro ain't even that strong. Why would you put it on the Pro? Like that was
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because here's the truth. All right, you could say that. Fucking, you want power. Crab could say that. Kid Smooth could say that. Each and every one of you can say that. You can knock Sony out for the power. He can't. Yeah. Now, people are going to be thinking, why can't he? Why? Because he has standard Xbox One customers as well. The majority of Xbox gamers are not One X. So if you go, well, I'm not playing on that piece of shit console because it has no power, then an Xbox dude's like, well, I don't have the One X. So is my console a piece of shit? Because I'm not playing on this 4K beast. I'm playing on my One S. Whether it's because they don't want to pay another $500 or they can't afford a $500 or simply because, the budget for gaming, it is what it is. That's really what the Xbox One S advantage is. So, and a Microsoft employee can't go out there bashing power and saying, gaming's not good unless you got power, because he still has an audience on his own platform that's not on his level of power too.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And he just didn't think about that. He's like, oh, because it's weak, because there's no power. So how do you feel about Xbox One S then? Because that has no power either. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? That's, when you're in corporate, you got to be careful with the shit you say. You know what I'm saying? Why you think, like Yoshida, the motherfucker doesn't say anything. He rarely says anything. But to this day, we all know who said 1080p makes you a better gamer. When you say some dumb shit, that shit stays with you for a long time. Yeah. Because you're corporate. You need to go beyond. I don't
think he said anything publicly since then.
my man went dark.
Yeah, he went 030 dark. Yeah, that was some other shit right there.
My man pulled a Sean Murray. My man says, fucking tune in next time.
For real. But like I said, I mean, I don't know. Maybe Now listen, I get it, but I would have took that route, and again, it to me it makes you look desperate. You out there begging for their goddamn exclusives. Go out there and create your own experience. That's what I'm saying.
That's another thing. Like he should know
Yeah, go out
this
there.
whole he should know everything about Spider-Man in terms of how this whole thing. He should know just like from the onset. It's published by Sony. Sony got the rights. It's not going to be on PC unless Sony said so. So so just leave the topic alone. You're not going to play Spider-Man. But the fact that he's out there complaining and advocating, that just shows you want Sony exclusives. You want Sony games. And you're not talking about your own. He should be out there tweeting, man, I just pre-ordered Forza Horizon 4. Or like, man, I'm in fucking Playground Studios. This thing's looking excellent. You guys are in for a tweet. He could be tweeting as a Microsoft employee on anything goddamn else. But he wants to tweet about Salt over Spider-Man, which just makes it more crazy, bro. Like, what are you doing? Talk about your own shit. You should know. He should know it's not coming to Xbox or PC. That's already standard. I understand the fanboys on Twitter, they may not have knowledge about publishing rights and all that stuff. Because there's a lot of people. There's motherfuckers to this day, they go on the MOB account and they still attack the developer, San Diego Studios, on why they're not bringing their game to Xbox. Do they not like more money? And San Diego Studios, like, we work for Sony. This game only is on PlayStation. Like, this is how it is. So there's people who don't know. But if you work for Microsoft, you need to know. You need to know more about the industry, Or maybe, I don't know, maybe he works on the Microsoft Office. He didn't specifically say. I don't know. Maybe he works on fucking, I don't know. Maybe he's a janitor. I don't fucking know. He didn't exactly say he's an engineer either. Maybe he serves coffee and brings the mail. I don't fucking know. Shit's funny.
Nito said you were wrong. The reason why Marvel sold Spider-Man. I just seen it just now.
Okay, so what he said, I don't know. So no, I said the assumption was because of the whole movie deal, like Sony was able to finagle a movie deal.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. I don't know what the true, like, no one actually. There's no statement officially other than Marvel saying that, and I'm paraphrasing, that they're confident in success putting it in the hands of Sony and Insomniac. How the whole deal became that, the assumption was because around this came around the same time as Sony putting Spider-Man on the Marvel universe, because it's their IP. Marvel cannot use Spider-Man unless, for movies and television, unless Sony says so. They permanently bought the IP out. It's theirs. Like, Marvel can't just go out there and put Spider-Man on a TV show because they felt like it. That's not how it works. You understand what I'm saying?
Ooh, so hold up. Hey, Ruham, are you thinking out there in the chat? He said, hey, what do you think about the makers of Infamous Second Son? What's the name of the goddamn developers?
Oh, fucking Sucker Punch.
Making a Flash game. Ooh.
Yo, because they did First Light. And the character was like a speedster, you could say. That's the best way to explain it. And they did a good job. Like, it's funny because playing First Light, playing that female character, running around the city, running up walls, flying, I'm like, that's the first thing that I thought of. I'm like, yo, a fucking Flash game will be off the hook and stuff like that. But I'm gonna be real. We're not gonna see first party get any DC games. And the reason why is because Warner Brothers owns the rights. They own the rights to all DC property. And they're gonna put in the hands of developers to make it multi-plat. So, but I would say Warner Brothers should be looking into a Flash game. They should be looking into outside of Batman,
outside of the Arkham series.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hold,
brother. Wait,
shit, whoa,
hey,
Paul.
you got throat cancel and anal cancel, brother. Your mic is horrible, brother. Get your shit together. Before you come in, come on, share your screen, all this shit here. Come in, popping your shit.
Is it working now?
Yeah, you good.
All right,
now.
there we go.
You're good now, yeah.
Okay. So, Porter Rock, maybe I misheard you, but you said Marvel sold Sony the rights to Spider-Man because they didn't have a vision for the movies?
No, to the movies. So, in the article, Cineblend, that was talking about the history, Marvel at the time didn't really have any big movie production. They didn't really care. So, they sold off IPs to whoever they wanted it. Initially, they approached Sony for the entire Marvel's cinematic, for the whole Marvel IP. Sony opted out, and they just wanted Spider-Man because they felt at the time that's really the only relevant character. And then after that, that's where Fox came in and bought Punisher. They bought X-Men. And then everybody else started peace parting. You know what I'm saying? So that's why ended up happening. That's how these studios have permanent rights. Because some people, like an article, when all these bought out, people didn't understand how the fuck did Fox get X-Men and now Marvel can't use their own shit. Or how Sony got Spider-Man and they can't use their own shit is because back in the 90s, Marvel sold the IP rights to the movies and television to them permanently. Because at the time, Marvel didn't have this big Marvel Studios. Marvel Studios didn't exist back then. So they didn't have anything with it. So fuck it, make some money selling movie rights to movie studios and make some money for the company.
Well, the thing is, like, Marvel actually had a vision for like this whole MCU thing going on right now all the way back in the 90s. So actually Stan Lee who was pushing that type of stuff, but the problem was Marvel was on the verge of going bankrupt because they're just a comic company.
Yeah,
that's why they had to sell those rights to like Spider-Man, X-Men, and all those, and they actually don't have that shit permanently. The deal is Fox and Sony, like the people who bought out those rights, they have to make a certain movie with those type of characters every few years. That's how Marvel got back the Punisher. That's how they got back Daredevil. So I just want to correct you there.
So who had Daredevil?
Who had Daredevil? Yeah. It was Fox.
Okay. And they lost Daredevil rights because
they didn't make any content with them.
Oh, so they have a caveat. They're like, you could keep it permanently as long as you.
Same thing with Sony Spider-Man
content.
Yeah. So no wonder Sony fucking makes dog shit movies.
Yeah, that's why Sony has to make like all these like Venom movies, Morbius, stuff like that.
Like Spider-Man 3 and shit.
Yeah, they have to do that.
No wonder they keep making remakes. Like, goddamn, these motherfuckers keep reimagining Spider-Man every 4 years. Like, how many more?
Exactly, right?
Okay,
and then that's why they made that
clause. So that's their way out clause. All right, that's a smart clause, though.
And that's why Fox had to reboot the Fantastic Four. They didn't want to do that shit, but they would have lose the rights if they didn't.
Oh, okay, that's a smart clause. Marvel, I would say that Marvel's pretty smart with that clause.
And as I said, Marvel was trying to do this whole cinematic shit way back in the day, but they just don't have the money, and that's why they sold this shit away.
Well, their first big movie, Marvel movie was, and they didn't get behind them back and really took over was Blade. A lot of people didn't know that. Blade
isn't Blade Fox?
No, Blade.
What was their first?
It was Fox, actually. It was.
Marvel
first back too.
Yeah, but so their first big movie was like I said, Blade. They really didn't, too much. A lot of people didn't even know Blade was a Marvel character. That was
no, they didn't.
A lot of people didn't know.
Yeah, I mean that was the first.
But I think where Marvel Studios obviously put themselves on the map was the first Iron Man. That right there.
Yeah, believe it or not, they tried kicking off the MCU with the Incredible Hulk, like the reboot one.
Oh yeah,
but that didn't really pan out. That didn't pan out. And then
that was Universal Studios.
Norton. Yeah,
Universal got Hulk after that shit.
Yeah, that was.
But then they went with Iron Man, and believe it or not, Universal actually owned Iron Man. But you want to know what Universal did? They went and gave Iron Man back to Marvel because like we're not going to do shit with this character. Yeah. So they sold it back to Marvel, and that's where they fucked
crazy,
up.
Yo.
Yeah, they fucked up. They sold that shit back to Marvel, and look what happened.
Okay, my man Von Lamont.
You read it.
My man said, fun fact, Michael Jackson almost bought Marvel because he wanted to play Spider-Man back in the 90s, but he got in trouble.
This is a fact. This is a fact.
Really?
Yes.
My man was
This is a real thing. That is a real thing.
He's like, hey everybody, I just want to say I'm your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Hey,
and
still would have
you know I'm bad.
What's worse?
I'm bad. You know it.
Swinging webs.
Hold up. What's worse though? Michael Jackson playing Spider-Man or what was it? Nick Cage playing Superman?
Oh,
because that was also a real thing.
I don't know, man. That would be a hard challenge because I could just imagine fucking, Michael Jackson moonwalking up a building. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? What's crazy? I remember. When they were doing the casting for Iron Man, and this when Tom Cruise running some Sun Towns.
Yeah.
I was a little mad that they picked Robert Downey. I wanted him to be fucking Tom Cruise to be Iron Man. Yeah. But I don't know much about the comics that my uncle played, because got to explain to me, but Genie in the Bottle, Iron Man's like a drunk, a lush, and you know what I mean. So I get by.
Robert Downey was a perfect fit though.
Yeah,
like that shit was a great call.
Yeah.
At the time I do remember because when Robert Downey Jr. was announced as Iron Man, this is when he wasn't doing shit for a long time. He was a has-been, drug addiction.
His career was dead.
And Tom Cruise at the time, was Mission Impossible, Action Jackson type motherfucker. So a lot of people were like, fuck, like what the fuck happened?
Yeah.
Like, and I seen this before, but now fucking Robert Downey Jr. is fucking Iron Man. That's him, bro.
Yeah.
He hit that shit perfectly. It also reminds me of Heath Ledger when he was announced as the Joker. Oh my God, the internet almost broke. They're like, this movie's gonna suck. This is the worst Joker ever. Fuck it, they should have got Jack Nicholson back. Yo, I was like, yo, even I was suspect. I'm like, damn, fucking, we got Brokeback Mountain doing Joker. Fuck,
yo, hold up.
Yo, but Heath Ledger, like, I can't think of a better Joker than him. Like,
he embodied that role.
Actor.
Yeah, the last guy wasn't that bad, but anybody that ever come after him, what you think was because of his death, or the fact that he died?
No, it was his performance.
Because day one, like because a lot of people after the movie came out, and premiere day one, Heath Ledger fucking was the talk of the town.
He was dead already though.
I don't know if he was dead already.
Yeah, he was dead already. He was dead.
I just remember fucking.
Just his performance. Even if you didn't know he was dead.
They said he really got into character. He was freaking people out. I had watched him behind the scene.
Bro,
he did his own. He said he did his own makeup because he wanted to like somebody with schizophrenia did it. Like he did his own makeup every goddamn day.
Yeah, he looked messy. Like the way he talked, like
they said he was out of even like when people in the costume, he would wear his costume every goddamn day when it was required. Like he was just.
You could be like, man, you can't even smell the fact that he didn't shower in weeks, bro. Like, bro, you could smell that shit through the TV screen. Like you could tell he was dirty. Yeah, like, man, this motherfucker looking dirty.
Looking crazy. Like he embodied that role. You know what I mean? But here's the question: Who you think did a better job? Well, again, as Keith Ledger being the Joker, or my man Robert Downey Jr. as being
Heath Ledger.
That's what I say. Wow, bro. That's what I would say.
Heath Ledger's performance is legendary.
Yeah, I would still give Heath Ledger. I would say Heath Ledger in terms of acting as a comic book character is probably the best of all time. Like, he really nailed it with the Joker.
He was embodiment.
Like literally in every fucking thing, bro. Yo, I even had an argument, right? It was funny because you brought this up. It wasn't an argument, it was a discussion. So somebody said huge plot hole, right? They brought out the huge plot hole of The Dark Knight. In the scene where Joker interrupted, the fancy dinner party, right?
Yeah.
And then he went toe to toe with Batman, and then he threw Rachel off the window so he could escape. Batman saves Rachel. They said the big plot hole was Batman didn't go back to the party to see how everybody else was. You know what I'm saying? Because what if everybody in the party was dead? So they're saying that's a huge plot hole, that scene. Because is everybody alive? Did Joker kill everybody? All that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because they're saying he's a nutcase that just does shit on a whim. So I argue that isn't a plot hole because Joker didn't go to that party to kill everybody and to rob everybody. He went to that party to go after Harvey Dent. He even said it. Where's Harvey Dent? Have you seen him? Where's Harvey Dent? He just went after Harvey Dent. Once he realized he's not getting Harvey Dent and Batman showed up, Rachel was a distraction so he could escape. They're like, oh, no, that's not Joker. Joker's a crazy maniacal. He doesn't think. I'm like, that wasn't Christopher Nolan's Joker. Now look at Joker in the movie. That's why the first scene is probably the most important scene in the whole movie because, the bank robbery, because Christopher Nolan wanted people to understand his Joker. He literally robbed a bank by himself and escaped. You understand what I'm saying? You don't do that shit on a whim. That's not craziness. He literally escaped the bank with billions of dollars by himself, right? And timed it with a school bus tour. That's not accident. That's not a dude that doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. He planned that shit to pinpoint position where he was able to kill off everybody, his own crew, and escape with hundreds of millions of dollars. And nobody caught him. That scene was hugely important because Christopher Nolan, because I read the interview, like he did a live interview, but that scene he wanted to establish that Batman was also dealing with a strategist. He wasn't dealing with just a nut job that was just gonna take a fucking Molotov grenade and blow up a school for no fucking goddamn reason. That's not the Joker. This Joker is not the type to just do shit. Even though he says it, like, if I'm like a dog, if I were to catch my tail, I wouldn't know what to do with it. Bullshit. The motherfucker knew what he was doing. Him creating Harvey Dent, the explosions, all this stuff, everything was by design. He knew exactly what he was doing. So that whole dinner scene, that shit's not a plot hole. He went after, like he even orchestrated his own jailbreak. Like he knew he orchestrated to get himself arrested. You know what I'm saying? That's why he had the fat guy in jail with the bomb in his stomach. Even before, all this shit planned out, the fat guy was already in jail because he knew that shit was gonna happen. He knew he was gonna get caught because that's what he wanted to do. All that shit was planned. Everything was planned and stuff like that. So that whole dinner scene isn't some random plot hole. He went in to get Harvey Dent. Harvey Dent not there. Batman showed up. He goes, I need a way out. And obviously, he cares a little bit of too much about this girl. So, you know what? Throw this bitch out the window. We need to fucking go. We need a new plan. And that's just really it. So I just wanted to bring that up. You know what I'm saying? That Joker was fucking phenomenal. And almost, it's just a damn shame that Heath Ledger died.
Yeah.
That could have been, he could have been an incredible character for the next Dark Knight or some shit, you know. But man.
Oh well, sure, yeah. But well, here's a question. Not a question. I see that my man Red, the Republican Dragon, put out a tweet. Rumored has it that the PS4 Pro outsold the Xbox One Xbox 30,000 units.
Yo, I'm gonna let Nitos, you make your opinion. I can't. I think you should ask. Yo, you Xbox dudes have it hard. You guys, you can't get nothing. Like you can't even. You can't. I'm gonna let you Nitos.
Look, Porter Rock, I signed my contract and I have a PC now, so I don't want to fucking hear it.
Yo, I know my man Monty Moss, my man hyping PC. I'm like, yo.
we converted to PCs.
Yo, motherfucker saying, they'll be like, they'll be damned to side with Sony, but we can't stick around here no more either. We gonna but like my first question, I'm an honest broker. My first question was, where did he get the source from? Because usually MPD don't break down, unless you pay for it, they don't break down individual schools. They don't say, this school sold, this school sold. You know what I'm saying? So I was wondering where he got that source from. So that's why I didn't really jump on it, because I don't know where he got it from. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But let's say if it was true, right? If it was true, the number one damage control is, because of Spider-Man. Well, that's not good damage control because Spider-Man pre-orders don't count towards sales.
Yep.
Until the console is launched, that's when it's a sell. Because right now it's just, for most people who pre-order Spider-Man bundle, some people only put $5 down. That's not a sell of the hardware. That's just it's a placeholder. Pretty much. You understand what I'm saying? But until they complete your transaction, meaning the people who put on hold pays the rest of the money or picks up the gear, because you can even put 100% money down for the pre-order, meaning you pay your $400, whatever is the bundle cost, right? But the day before, you can say, hey, I want my money back. And then that's it. You get your money back. And then now the console is available for free for open purchase, right directly from the store. So until the console is actually in the hands of the person who purchased it, it's not a sell in June. None of these consoles are going to count towards June. Where it's going to count is September MPD. So when we get the MPD results in October, talking about September, then we're going to see hardware sales of the Pro. Well, not really the Pro, but the whole PlayStation brand as a whole. You know what I'm saying? So if Pro did outsell Xbox for the month of June, I honestly don't know why. Like, there was I don't know. I don't know what would cause that. Maybe the hype behind Spider-Man. Like, not even, because for Pro to outsell Xbox, it would have to be a legitimate Pro console right now.
Well, you had the Fortnite. You had the Fortnite bundle.
Was that out? That I thought that was coming out. Well, yeah, it did come out in July.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's no Pro version of that.
Yeah, but it's like a slim version, right? It's like the slim.
Yeah.
Oh, there was a Pro version. Oh shit, my bad.
So 30K is outselling Xbox One X by 30K or whatever.
I mean, here's the thing, Hey, listen, right, and to be like I said, at the start of the generation, it was about the power. I just sent you a link to it, Puerto Rico. See it? I just inboxed you a link. At the start of the generation, right? It was about power. You know what I mean? Because neither one of the consoles had exclusives really. You know what I mean? Yeah. Everything was running who ran the better version of the multi-plats. And the Xbox guys are still holding on to that argument, which is cool, right? You know what I mean? But when you're comparing games, you know what I mean?
I'll put that up.
Yeah, you can share your screen if you want. Just the games, like there's really no comparison. Like honestly, right now Sony is on some Nintendo shit. I'm gonna keep it funny. The reason why I say that because Sony, Nintendo depends heavily on their exclusives, the Mario's, the Zeldas, the Mario Tennis, and you getting goddamn games Spider-Man, God of War, Detroit. Yeah. Like they're really, and again, like not to be the goddamn dead kid on the street. They are really firing on all goddamn cylinders, man. Like I asked Neethus yesterday, I said, what would you rather have, Spider-Man or God of War?
I had to go with God of War.
or would you rather have or Spider? If you had $60, right? Spider-Man, God of War, or Spider-Man, God of War, or The Last of Us 2.
Yeah.
Now take those 3 games right there, right? You
That's
take
fucking hard, bro.
okay, fine. You take those 3 games. You take Sea of Thieves, State of Decay, and goddamn Recall. Like, what the fuck are we doing here?
I thought I'd just buy a bag of weed for that. But
Yeah,
Oh shit, my man's gonna get so loud.
yeah. Like, it's not even close. There's no why they're getting their fucking teeth kicked in. Like, look at that shit. They done that shit to themselves. Like, literally, you know what I mean? And all that to with, you know, Terry Myers said they didn't have any money, but how many goddamn controllers did we get? I don't want to hear that shit, man. I'm not into fucking making excuses for Danny or treating our company. Like, this shit sounds crazy as hell to me, man. You know,
like with the whole power thing, like you know, I never damage control. That power wasn't a big factor for the.
Oh yeah, it is.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I never damage control that. I'm like, no, Z, you bullshit. I know. I seen 1080p make a gamer, you know, and I even added to that it wasn't just the power as well. It's also you got a more powerful console for $100 cheaper. Like that's huge. Like what the fuck is we doing, Microsoft? Like why the fuck am I paying extra $100 if your console's not powerful? I even brought up an old interview from, you know, Seamus Blackley, you know, say the legendary, you know, the father of Xbox and shit like that, you know, and it was on, you know, G4 TV's Icons, right? He even said at the start of the generation, it's about power, it's about technologies. You know, what is this console going to do? What other type of games is going to bring? How is it going to improve, evolve, you know, how gaming goes? But even he said, but at a certain point, it no longer becomes about power. It becomes about the software. Because after a while, you brag about power. Cool. Now you got to show me what that power does, you know? And I would say that's what hurt the Xbox One X. You talked about power, which is cool. It is the most powerful console. It does things the Pro does not do. More RAM, better textures, 4K assets. Cool. The conversation's there. The numbers are there. The proof is there with the multiplats. It is a more powerful console with better looking version games. The conversation's there. Now the conversation's over. Show me the games. And Microsoft has failed to do that because they're releasing games like Sea of Thieves and State of Decay and fucking this game with original assets. And people are like, what the fuck? You talked about these metrics. Show me the metrics now. You know what I'm saying? You know, motherfuckers are like, you know, that dude from Jerry Maguire. Show me the money. You know, you're my contract agent. You're talking about how you're gonna sign me to big Super Bowl deals. Cool. Yeah. Where is the contracts now? You know what I'm saying? And that's where Microsoft has failed. They haven't showed the big fucking. You know, shit is crazy. When Gears of War 5 was shown at E3, right? And post E3, the first thing they say is this game's built from the ground up on PC. What? Yeah. The fuck is it? Like, how about built from the ground up on Xbox One X? Like, what are you doing? Yeah. Like, what conversations are we having here? Like, what is happening? Bro, you see what I'm saying? And that's the problem. Microsoft, listen, the One X, it's a fucking powerful. Microsoft built a powerful, great console. What Microsoft is fucking up is they're not providing the support in terms of we're saying it's the most powerful and we're going to show you why it's the most powerful. You know, they try to rely on third party. Like you can't do, like even Sony don't rely on third party for showing the best graphical outlets. When you think of the most beautiful, best looking games on PlayStation, it's their first party. The Uncharted. It's Uncharted versus Horizon Zero Dawn. Now it's an Uncharted versus Horizon Zero Dawn versus God of War. It isn't fucking Horizon Zero Dawn versus Call of Duty. And nobody's talking about third party as the best looking games on PlayStation. They're looking at the first party exclusives because they are the best looking games on the platform. That's where Microsoft fucked up at. They're not trying to make the best looking games, or at least they haven't done a good job over the last year or two of being ready to be like, check this game out. And people be like, wow, that shit is bananas, Xbox. That shit's crazy.
Hey, my man back in the chat, he bugging again. He's once said, why you choose the worst Xbox exclusive, put it against the best PS4 exclusives? I said the last 2.5 years.
Yeah.
And again, 2.5 years. What have we gotten? I said, would you rather have God of War, Spider-Man, which goes yet to come out? But look at what we've gotten again from Microsoft in the last 2.5 to 3 years. You name me one goddamn exclusive that's game of the goddamn game of the year nominee. You choose it. If you think I'm being biased in my comparisons, what You give me a goddamn game from Microsoft in the last 2.5 years, it's going to be considered game of the year category, and I'll be waiting. If you think that it's unfair for me to,
I know one game that probably mentions Forza, and it's kind of like Gran Turismo. Gran Turismo is also a great looking game, but nobody really puts Gran Turismo on the pedestal because it's a car game. You just
they're niche.
Yeah, they're niche, and plus you're rendering a car. It's not like a character where you design an animation. It's a fucking car that drives in one direction, and the only thing really moving is the wheels. You understand what I'm saying? The car is pretty much static itself. It's not like a character with the arms move. I mean, the facial animations. You know what I'm saying? It's not like when you compare a car to a character say like Gears of War, the character has facial animations. The legs moving, the arms. All that interaction. You know what I'm saying? They loading a gun, reloading a gun. Aiming. All that shit. It has all these interactions and movement. A car is just it's turning left and right. And the only thing that's moving is the wheels, left and right. So most people don't really put car games, no matter how good it look, as something as impressive as, let's say, a Fable fucking 3D world. That's gonna be more impressive. Or Horizon Zero Dawn, or an action game like God of War. You know what I'm saying? People will look more to that as best graphical games. You know what I'm saying? And the problem is, like you said, the last 2 years, games of that type, Recore, State of Decay. Imagine if Microsoft released State of Decay 2 with Horizon Zero Dawn graphics. That shit would be fucking crazy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Or like The Last of Us. I let the dogs out. You heard me? I'll be right back. I let the dogs out. You know
what I'm saying? Or imagine the State of Decay 2 with The Last of Us 2 level graphics, with the characters in the world, and it's just this huge open game. People would be like, holy fucking shit, this game looks like The Last of Us, but it's open world. And multiplayer, that shit would be
They did release Gears of War 4, which does look good. I'm not going to deny that.
Yeah, but that game was already out before the X.
Yeah, it was.
So what I'm saying? It was already out. So it's a good looking game, At best, it's 4K enhancements. People wanted the new stuff. Like if that. And to be fair, that was the same criticism with PlayStation when they released the Pro in the beginning. They released the Pro, the first couple of months they didn't have anything to show it off at launch. It was just patches to Infamous and patches to The Last of Us, remaster, and people weren't impressed. But then when Horizon Zero Dawn came out, they're like, man, okay, the 4K looks good. It looks clean. Okay, we're seeing something. We're seeing something.
Because you need software to go with your hardware and power.
Yeah,
I don't get why people forget that.
Yeah, so PlayStation had the same criticism. They launched a game with no games that really show what's the even goddamn point to all this thing. But Sony, over the last couple of months, they actually shown, hey, look at God of War. Look at they even The Last of Us 2 presentation at E3. People were saying that was on a PS5 dev kit, or like that's not a PS4 game. Until Naughty Dog said, no, this shit was running on PS4 Pro. So now people are like, oh shit, like this is some real shit now. They're seeing the reason to own a Pro. They're like, okay, we get it. We seen it. You know what I'm saying? Xbox still has the better exclusive, better multiplats. That most likely won't change. Unless a developer is half-assing it, the multiplats are going to be better. But the PS4 Pro within its own right, if you want to play the best versions of these first-party Sony games, you got to get a Pro. If you want the game that you saw on stage, for The Last of Us 2, you got to get a Pro. That's the concept. So, all right, so now within its own right, Pro is a little bit justified. When you see the Spider-Mans, when you see the God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, and soon Days Gone, Death Stranding, there's a lot of games that's going to run best on Pro. So if you really want the best experience, you now have a reason to get a Pro.
Yeah, and I used to make fun of that. I said, like, why would I buy a Pro? I can just buy it on my Slim. Yeah. And honestly, look what happened to me, Puerto Rock. I went and pre-ordered that fucking Spider-Man Pro day one. Like, they got even me to do that.
Yeah, because now you can't, especially you're an X owner. So you're used to the best graphics you can get. You personally don't want to go back to the Slim. You just don't want it. If you're going to play Spider-Man, you're going to fucking play it at its best. So now there's a legitimate reason to buy a Pro now. And Sony was able to justify that. Microsoft, so far, they will always have the multiplats. But I think some people are getting tired of it. How about you? Do you see multiplat fatigue? Like people are getting fatigued at just saying over and over, well, at least I got the best version of Call of Duty.
You know what the problem is with the whole multi-plat thing? It's a good topping to a product. Like, oh, it's a cherry on the topping of the cake, right? But at the end of the day, you want that exclusive content to only your kind of platform to show off those graphics. Like, look, I have this fucking phenomenal looking game, and you guys can't even get that on the PlayStation side. That's what you need that shit for. Yeah. And at the end of the day, if it's just only multiplat showing it off, well, the PlayStation guys get to enjoy those anyway. So, what are you gonna say? Your thing looks slightly more pretty? Like, it's not gonna be very good to show off. And going to the comment here, Yobo, is it fair to say GT is niche? It sold over 10 million units. And you're right, I kind of misspoke. GT and Forza, I guess, aren't niche because they're billion-dollar franchises, but I think the racing genre itself is niche.
So to back you up on that, a lot of people be like, well, Forza sold 9 million. I'm like, you named one game out of a genre. The key term is genre. Like if I go FPS is not a niche genre, is because I can name multiple super selling games. Like not just one game. Like the key term is genre, meaning the racing genre. Like most people are like, oh, but GT and Forza. I'm like, cool. Remove Forza franchise and Gran Turismo franchise. What do we got left? We got Dirt that maybe sells 2-3 million. Project Cars that maybe sell 2-3 million. We got all these small little games that don't sell 10 million. If it wasn't for Forza or Gran Turismo, they wouldn't be 10 million, 12 million games. You know, maybe there might be one game out there that sold 10 million. But for the most part, the biggest sellers is in the hands of Forza and Gran Turismo. That's it. Imagine if first-person shooters, the biggest sellers, was in the hands of Call of Duty and nothing else. First-person shooter wouldn't be a big genre then. But because you have Halo, because you got Battlefield, you know what I'm saying? Because you have all these big first-person shooters out there that just sell big, that is why the genre is big. When you got RPGs, right? You got Final Fantasy, you got Dragon Age, you got Elder Scrolls, you got Fallout. That's the reason why RPGs is a huge genre, because you have so many genres in the game that sell big. That's why the genres are big. You know what I'm saying? Fucking racing doesn't have a lot of franchises that are huge. It is a niche genre, because when we think of racing, we literally think of two franchises: Forza, Gran Turismo. That's what we mostly think about. Look at the Crew. Yeah. Like, who's really... That shit's not a Forza GT seller. It's not a huge, big seller, and that's a fucking multiplat.
Shit, look. Hey, you know what's crazy? It made us like it now. The face of races used to be Need for Speed. I don't know what the hell happened.
It was.
Yeah, and that shit's gone. That shit died out. It's just what it is. You know, it's a niche genre. Now, within that niche genre... You know, it's like you know what fucking Barron did on his bullshit. Oh, tennis! This is the biggest selling tennis of all time. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, what the fuck?
You gotta give him credit.
Nintendo revitalized the genre. I'm like, what? It's not a genre. The genre is sports. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, my man lost his mind with that. When Barron was in brand form.
Nintendo brought back a genre. Brought what? Like, what are we fucking saying when he sold $1 million? Like, what the fuck is we doing? He's like, you just jealous because the genre is back. Like, tennis is not a genre. Sports is the genre. Tennis is the fucking redheaded stepchild. Like, nobody's buying tennis. Like, no one cares. And motherfuckers bought it because it had Mario. Yeah. You're telling me if Nintendo made a legit tennis game with fucking Maria Sharapova, people are going to buy it? No one's going to give a fuck about that. They're going to be like, we ain't buying fucking Venus Williams tennis. Yeah. No one wants that shit. You know what I'm saying? So... within the genre of racing, Forza and GT are the biggest. But the genre itself, it ain't shit. You know what I'm saying?
My man said, I'm selling my X to dedicate myself completely to my PS4 Pro. What the fuck?
Oh, shit.
And I ain't that serious.
What's this thing about PS4 Pro running low in stock?
I don't know. Well, I guess sales are... I know the Spider-Man bundle sold out in minutes. That came back and sold out in minutes again.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this. You know, obviously I could be on my bullshit, you know, but this is Digital Street, so I'm gonna save my bullshit for my own videos. But I think legitimately, you know, this is just speculation. I think Sony dialed back on pro production. I think so, and I'm gonna say why. Because right from the start they said, you know, 20% of all PlayStation sales is pro, right?
Yeah.
So that's a 1-to-4 ratio. That means for every one pro that's sold, you got 4 PlayStation Slims that are sold, right? Imagine if that was the ratio for Xbox versus PlayStation, where for every one Xbox, 4 PlayStation are sold. It would be fucking an absolute disaster. Because right now it's Xbox is already getting bodied for a 1-to-2 ratio. Imagine 1-to-4. That shit would be next gen won't even make YouTube videos at this point. It'd be like, I'm done. I'm fucking done. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Yeah.
So within the rights of PlayStation, that's not a good ratio. It shouldn't have that gap should not be that big. 1 Pro for every 4 Slims. That means, let's be honest, no one really gives a fuck about the Pro.
And even to back you up on that, they even made a Spider-Man Slim version.
Yeah.
That should tell you something.
I knew they were gonna do that. I know people. I think it was J-Dub. They're like, oh no, they're only making a Pro because whatever. I'm like, no, they can't.
I take the L on that too. I thought it would only be a Pro.
They can't. You know how much money they would lose? There's no.
Yeah,
fucking
you're
way.
right. You're right.
It's like you literally taking a huge franchise and you're telling people you have to pay $400 to do it when you can make a killing. Because I was telling people at the end of the day, whether it's the Pro or the Slim, whatever platform they buy, they're going to be playing PlayStation games. So it doesn't matter if people don't buy the Pro and opt for the Slim. They're still supporting PlayStation. They're still going to subscribe to PSN Plus. They're going to buy the third parties, which Sony still makes money. It doesn't matter. It's not like the Pro version of PlayStation games cost more and they make more money. They don't. It's the same disc. It's the same digital download. So the specific school that you play on is irrelevant because at the end of the day, you're buying the content, which ultimately is what makes Sony makes the most money off of. The third-party sales, the subscription sales, and the first-party sales of the games. So I knew, I'm like, they got to make a Slim Spider-Man. That's fucking retarded. And they did. So like on the reality, if you're only selling 1 Pro for every 4 Slims, are you really going to have a high production manufacturing process for the Pro when most people are buying your Slim? From a business standpoint, I will throttle the level on Pro production, make it a little bit more rare, and I will increase production on Slim because that's really the console most people are going for. Mm-hmm. So I would reduce the stockage of Pro because not that many people are buying it anyway. So I would slim it. I would limit. The demand's not high, so I gotta drop down the supply. I can't keep double downing on this high supply of Pro when the demand is low. So I would drop it down, make it less, and I will ramp up production for the Slim because that's really what the customers are choosing. So could potentially did Sony throttle down too much to now where there's a shortage of Pro? Did they find the right meter? You know what I'm saying? To balance out. And I think that I logically think that's what happened. Sony throttled back on production, and now the need is a little bit higher than what they were anticipating. So that's just my thing. That's just me being truthful. But I could get on my bullshit and say it's because the One X sucks ass and they want true 4K gaming with the Pro. But I'm not gonna do that.
Damn.
I'm not doing that bullshit. That's just bullshit talk. That's just fake talk. That's fake news. Hashtag fake news.
Hashtag fake news.
Media bias. That's media bias.
Media bias. Well, how about the media bias of Spider-Man's being too hyped up? What do you think about that, Poirot?
Oh shit, man. My man Smooth. We talked about this before, but let's be honest, man. Come on, let us be real. Spider-Man games have generally been trash.
Yeah.
Activision didn't put the media to advertisement. And I even told people, when was the last time we saw Spider-Man just once be a main focal point for E3, let alone be at E3 3 times in a row? Like, really? Like, when was the last time Activision came out and fucking unveiled Spider-Man at an E3 stage? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's a big thing. It's huge.
The other game's been dog shit.
Yeah. And there's been plenty of other games, so when everyone's coming out and saying, like, this is easily the best Spider-Man game ever, believe in the hype, like, I'm seeing that from media sites and everything. It's like, I don't know how much in denial you could really be. Like, this is probably going to be a good game.
It's good, and here's the truth. The truth is, it's really not hard to top the previous Spider. Let's be honest.
No, it's not.
I mean, in its own right, saying this is the best Spider-Man of all time is like saying your football team's better than the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
It's really not that hard to create a football team better than the Browns.
Yeah,
it's not that hard. So the bar to create the best Spider-Man of all time is really fucking low. It doesn't take much to make the best Spider-Man of all time. You know what I'm saying? Like God of War, that's a high bar. Like, oh man, this could potentially be the best God of War of all time. That's a fucking high bar because God of War 3 was a fucking shit.
Yeah. So, yeah, what is a high bar? As I said, this isn't Insomniac's best game yet. Some people have said that. That's a high bar.
That's a pretty high bar. You know what I'm saying? Because they had some high, top quality games with Ratchet and Clank. Sunset Overdrive, is a good game. You know what I'm saying? So that's a high bar. But saying the best Spider-Man of all time in reality, that's not saying much.
Yeah,
Every key part to this is
I
Cleveland
don't
Browns.
I don't really understand the backlash from the Xbox guys saying we already got a Spider-Man game or we've had Spider-Man. This is not, you can't even compare the two really.
I mean, if they're the same people who say Sunset Overdrive was game of the year, then they need to shut the fuck up. At least play the game before you hate on it.
I think I don't understand. Like, if you're into Forza, right, and you love that game, and that's cool. You know, I'm not into racing it, but that's cool. I don't think Forza lovers are in a position to say, well, this is just another Spider-Man game. When you're supporting a franchise that's literally is just another Forza game, it's great. You want more of it, and they may add new features. But if you're just gonna relegate the game simply because of a character swinging in New York City, and you're not gonna at least take into account the gameplay when you play it, you know, the gameplay, the story, you know what I'm saying? What Insomniac is doing to the franchise. If you're gonna bypass all those improvements and just relegate it to its core, it's a Spider-Man guy swinging in the city, then Forza is just a fucking Lamborghini on a fucking road, and you're making left and right turns. If you're gonna fucking just break it down to the very basics, so it doesn't make sense to hype Forza, but at the same time go to really any other game and just say, well, it's just more the same. Well, that's what Forza is. It's more the same, but there's something about it, maybe the quality that Playground brings, the extra features, enhancements that differs from title to title as you actually play the game. And that's the same thing with Spider-Man. It needs a fair shot, like play the game. You know, remember the same bullshit we're saying about God of War. Oh, that shit looks like Rise. Until people played it. Then they realized this shit ain't Rise, dog. This shit ain't fucking, this shit's like on a whole new level. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And instead of bashing the game, use that as ammo against Microsoft. As a fan, I'm saying, as a fan of Microsoft, be like, hey, Microsoft,
They ain't gonna do that.
You see what Sony's doing.
They're
like,
not gonna do
Microsoft, are you seeing what Sony's doing?
They're not gonna do that.
You bought 5 studios. Can you also try to, you know, have a sit down with Marvel, get Black Panther, or get fucking X-Men? Tell me that shit won't be dope. Yeah. X-Men on Xbox, exclusive, triple X.
I don't even think you can do that shit.
You get the triple X. X-Men on Xbox exclusive. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I could be a better dude than Greenberg. Yo, I'll be on Twitter and be like, yo, we about to give y'all that triple X mature rated shit. X-Men, Xbox exclusive. You know what I'm saying? I'll be on my bag on Microsoft. Motherfuckers be like, yeah, we got the triple X. I'll have people fucking putting that shit on their Twitter account. You know what I'm saying? Triple X fucking, you know, crap gamer, triple X and shit like that. Motherfuckers, you know? That's what gamers need to do. Yeah, instead of bashing Spider-Man, they need to be like, God damn, Sony went out there and potentially, you know, orchestrated what could potentially be one of the top games of 2018 with a comic book character. Go to Microsoft. Hey, do you see what Sony's doing? Can you guys do that? Can you guys go after Marvel IPs, use one of those devs and create a big game? You know what I'm saying? And go balls out. Because that's perfectly fine. Like, yo, if Xbox takes X-Men IP, that shit will be fantastic. I will play that. Why would I not play X-Men? A big time fucking X-Men game. You know what I'm saying?
But I don't think that shit can really happen because realistically, Disney wants most of their games to be multi-platform. Spider-Man is a special exception because of the whole Disney and Sony deal.
Well, I'll say this. After what Activision did, I think Disney more than anything else, they want their IPs to be successful. They want their IPs to be out there. I don't think they want their IPs at a minimum. At least, well, this is all speculation. After the way a lot of studios, multi-platform third-party studios treated their IPs, their X-Men IPs, their Punisher IPs, their, you know, Spider-Man IPs, and they just treated them like trash.
Yeah.
I would like to think that Disney and Marvel, they no longer want that. I think their first priority is they want their IPs, they want their games to be part of the big guns right along. You know, like Arkham. They want their games to be one of the big guns of the year. They just don't want it to be a cash grab, right? And I think if Microsoft can pitch, hey, can we get the X-Men IP, right? This is our plan. This is what we want to do with it. This is how much budget we're going to put in advertisement. Even if it's just like a 2-3 game exclusive deal. And then you could take it back. I think Disney and Marvel will listen to that. Because at the end of the day, if they can make the game big, and this is what it takes to make big, I think they will do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if Marvel, then why did Square Enix get it?
Well, Square Enix got Avengers, so they already got that one.
Yeah,
They
but I
didn't
mean,
get
like,
the X-Men.
they're probably gonna make a whole universe off that type of shit.
Yeah, but X-Men's not part of the. I mean, there's been comics, but they're not part of the Avenger universe.
Yeah,
itself.
I'm
So,
surprised
like,
No,
X-Men is still
The rumor is that Avengers game has a bunch of X-Men characters.
okay.
Because Disney unleashed the X-Men ban.
Okay. Oh wow. So we'll see.
Well, here's the
But
thing.
I think
though.
they could do it. I think it's possible as long as you pitch it right. I think they'll be open to do that. You
Yeah,
know?
Wolverine-
Now, if Rockstar comes in and be like, "We want X-Men," I don't think they need to pitch shit. I think they just need to send an email. Here, like, "Hey, we want the Marvel IP," and then fucking Disney will reply back, "Here's the contract."
Yeah.
Rockstar has that power, bro. I think if Rockstar speaks, motherfuckers listen. You know what I'm saying? They just need to send. They just send a Twitter DM.
Yeah.
Hey yo, we want X-Men.
Do you hear it in the bag?
You hear me in the back? And fucking Disney will just send the contract over to DM. Here you go. Sign right here. It's yours.
Yeah.
Lifetime exclusive.
Because you even have to look at like what they're doing on the mobile side. You know how there's like Marvel Universe and all those stupid fighting games there. Like just recently they added a bunch of fucking X-Men characters just because they're unleashing that like X-Men ban since Disney basically has Fox now.
Yeah. So now, the ban has been unleashed and shit. So I wouldn't be surprised if you start seeing more
Yeah, that's
X-Men
hard,
guys
though.
in Marvel versus Capcom Infinite now.
Yeah, I think that game's just dead, so they're not even gonna bother.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, that game, man.
That game would get him a bad time with that fucking deal.
Yeah, man, because X-Men is huge for that universe. X-Men was
Yeah,
huge.
I didn't
That's
buy
how it
because
started.
Uh-huh.
That fighting was actually an X-Men fighting game before that. You know, it was with the Infinity War, and then it went to like X-Men versus Street Fighter. Then it evolved into what we know now. But it really began with X-Men because it was
Yeah,
those characters.
I didn't buy it because it didn't have Wolverine and shit. Those are my characters.
Yeah, Wolverine's the shit.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, they didn't have any of those goddamn characters. And plus,
No.
it was being fun. You couldn't stream it online, and
man.
The game was fucked up, and then DBZ came out at the right time to fuck it all up.
Yeah, but
What the fuck is this streaming ban? Like, what the fuck is going on here?
because the characters in Disney. I remember me trying to stream it to. Yeah, they was bugging. They
Yeah,
were
but
flagging.
it's not like you're watching the fucking, the Infinity
not
War
watching the
movie.
movie. That was
You're
just
not
dumb.
watching Infinity. Like, that has nothing to do with anything else.
Yeah, they was tripping. They was tripping. I don't know what the fuck.
Like, these motherfuckers ain't fucking. These dudes don't realize free advertisement. It's free advertisement, bro.
Yeah. And that was another why I stopped playing because I couldn't stream it, and then it was flagging and shit to my content. And I'm like, oh my god, I tripping.
It's not even worth it.
Yeah, it ain't even worth it. Because before we get the hell about it, but speaking like I'm not really into the whole how you say the anime stuff, but that Jump Start game? Jump Start?
Oh, Jump Force looks awesome.
Man.
Oh, you play that shit?
No, I'm just saying I'm interested in it.
Oh man, fucking Z. You straight pony, bro. You like you taking over.
Hey, the game.
That's just coming to Xbox though.
Yeah, it looks great.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah, they showed it on the Xbox stage.
Yo.
Yeah, it looks at me. All right, so talking that
No,
shit.
it's fucking Z buying games for PlayStation. I'm buying games for Xbox. What the fuck happened? What the fuck is going on here? The roles have been reversed.
Hey,
This is
hey,
bizarre.
hey, Porter, what's up? You gonna download your Madden? What you gonna do? I got.
Yeah, I'm gonna download today, but you know what I'm saying, I don't know if I have it. I'm gonna do my shit today, but I'm gonna play it first. I'm not gonna go out there raw.
Come
fucking
on,
uncut.
man.
Nah, you ain't catch me like that.
I'm dog
listen,
shit.
I have to listen. You gotta understand. I have to reprogram my brain because I'm used to I'm used
Hey,
to
bro,
shapes.
I'm dog
I'm used
shit,
to
man.
triangles. I'm used to triangles. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Hey, bro,
illiterate.
bro,
You
I'm
know, and
dog
I can't
shit,
speak
man.
English.
Hey,
You know what
bro,
saying?
I'm
You know,
dog shit, man.
I only speak Spanish.
Hey,
Only
bro.
hablo español.
Hey, bro, I got 3
Yo,
plays:
like-
toss right, toss left, up the middle, and my slash with my fucking.
And you still beat Kid Smooth?
I got about 4 plays in me,
you
bro.
beat Kid Smooth, so you can't be that bad. Well, I don't know.
He still beat Kid Smooth.
I'll be honest. I haven't played Madden outside of PlayStation
haven't played it
platform
either.
in decades.
That's what makes it
like
fun.
I literally, it's gonna mind fuck me not seeing triangle on a character. I'm gonna be like,
Yo, that Madden looks good though. Like graphically, they fixed that shit up.
that shit's gonna mind fuck me. That I have to throw to YXBA. I'm gonna be like, the fuck is this, Super Nintendo? I haven't done this shit in 15 years.
Hey, yo.
I haven't done this shit in 15 years. You know, I grab a motherfucking dick. And, you know,
Oh shit, pause. Hey yo, my man 70 Meatball said I'd never seen P Rock win a Twitch game yet. 100. Hey, he fucking around getting mad. He said, "But you never when you see him win a game, they don't."
Oh, nah, you lying, motherfucker, because I whooped Post-Up's ass.
Post-up you too.
I whooped up Post-Up's ass.
Hey,
and I beat you two next year. I gave you that Puerto Rican caro.
Hey, yo, no, I beat your ass, man.
You got that Cotto, bro.
Hey, no, man, this is talking about in the chat.
I'm undefeated with Cotto.
Hey, yo, Blue Horizon. But nah, I'm not. I don't know how to play Madden. I mean, Puerto Rico, you still beat me. If you know football, I got 3 plays in me. Toss right, toss left.
Yo, you let the game pick the plays like auto suggestion.
You think I don't? Once I find 3, they got me some yards. I'm gonna run them 3 game plays all goddamn game. Yo, Smooth was mad as hell.
Okay, no, we'll set it up tomorrow because it's already 9 p.m. now. So.
All right, this ain't no problem. You about to go watch your little
I'm
power?
I'm gonna download this shit and then have it ready for the week.
All right, so tomorrow, me and Puerto Rock can play tomorrow, man. So when you get off work, working your honest day living, I ain't got no job. I'll be here.
You're gonna be practicing all day.
How long has Crap and McDuck and P Rock for me? Listen, I try to listen. Listen, I try to play motherfucking. Let me tell you what's crazy before we go. You guys a true story, right? I ain't gonna be no message to show no DMs. But they talk all that shit to me, right? I swear to God, crapping them about fucking playing the mat and the tournament, this, that, and the other, right? They seen that ass whooping I gave Smooth, so they was talking that shit till they seen that match. So when I whoop Smooth ass, I was like, what's up, we gonna play at what? We gonna play? Oh, no, we all right now on Sea of Thieves, man. Get the fuck out of here. I swear to God, if I'm lying, my grandmother could drop dead right now. They talked all that shit. I beat Smooth ass by like 40, and then they talk about oh no, we on Sea of Thieves. Like what? You serious?
Not to talk bad, but so like Mooch and Crab and all them, they play because they're big multiplayer guys. Yo, how you go 6 kills and 26 deaths in Gears of War?
Oh shit!
Yo,
was that Call of Duty? That was Call of Duty.
That was Call of Duty. Oh
yeah,
my God!
Who did that?
You didn't see that?
Yo, who did that?
Yo, Morgana Day said, "I'm not impressed." Yo, and she screen capped the match.
Oh, this is recently?
I'm gonna put it. Yo, I'm gonna put.
Yeah, maybe I'm misspeaking. Let's see.
I think
they got their ass kicked in Gears too.
Here it is. I got it. So it is Call of
Duty.
Yeah, it's Call of Duty.
So I'm gonna
share my screen. Yo, you're gonna bug out, bro. Yo, even Garrett Kingsbow was like, oh shit.
This is recently? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you right now. Look at it. Look at the screen. Wait, hold up. Look at it. Look at it.
I think some of these Xbox podcasts just suck dick in games, bro.
Yo, look at. You see it?
I think that was taken a while ago, but yeah, that's bad.
Shit.
Look at that, my man, 6 and 26.
That's some real live next gen numbers. And I don't even play fucking Call of Duty.
Yo, you know when the top player is 12 and 22, we hurting this match. Yo, I guarantee GKB was pissed. GKB's like, you motherfuckers suck. Yo.
Yeah, that's some dogs.
We got my man Medal of Honor, Crap Gamer.
First series of honor.
6 and 26. Shit, man. He said, that's no surprise. But shout out to everybody in the chat, man. I'm about to do a little streaming before I guess we're gonna do the BGST later on today. But yeah, I'm about to grab something to eat right quick, and we're back. I'm playing a little Madden and a little bit of everything. Street Fighter. We gotta run our rematch back.
What about some Gears? Come on, Hailstorm says you take L's on that.
It's crazy as hell. You see my last time I played, I put up 63, man. What you talking about? hey,
Gears, let's go.
Also want to do a shout out sometime this week. I think on the weekend I'm gonna be playing MLB versus Lincoln Clay. Yo, shout out to Lincoln Clay. He gifted me MLB The Show 18 just so I could come and whoop his ass. You know what I'm saying? Hey, if you want to pay to get slaughtered, hey, these lessons. At first I was offering free lessons, but if you want to pay for lessons, the School of Hard Knocks, the School of Hard Rocks is open.
They say the School of Hard Cocks. Grand opening. Grand opening. Yeah, I grabbed that. He was all choking me out and shit. He didn't give me a chance to fight. What was I to do? Huh? Yo, but listen.
No comment.
He said 20 was ahead and 40. I ain't want to give him both. So that's why I grabbed it. Yeah, so what? I don't care how it make me sound. Where my Patreon at? Hey, listen, y'all think I'm bullshit. My Patreon down to $100. Ain't gonna be no more every given Sunday. Shout out to Jay. Shout out to the graphic. My brother, Jay Kratos, man, who gifted me PS4 controller. I appreciate it. Again, the guys are the pillar of the community. Great guy, man. And to think I had that guy blocked for so many months because of you, Puerto Rock. I don't know what the.
Why?
Yeah, you know, Jay Kratos. I don't know. You know, he'd be up early as hell. He started this shit about 5:30 in the morning. I said, man, what this shit?
Grant Curtis is a piece of shit.
Yo, I said, man, eject Bill Club. Yeah, I was like, oh, hell no. Man, no. Coming to me all late. I had to block his ass. Yeah, so yeah, he really is. Listen.
That motherfucker sold more Xbox One X's than GameSpot.
Hey, yo, Drake called, man. Nah, man, listen, he was up there starting this shit. Hey, listen to him. I'll say something too, man. Hey, Hardy, cut your shit before I slap the shit out you, bro. I don't watch your shit, nigga. Somebody put in the Discord to I bit his video. So I guess he did a video about Smooth or some shit. Like, well, I don't know what the fuck. I mean, get the fuck out of here. Lay your weirdo ass down somewhere. Fuck around with you, man. But yeah, we out of here, man. We'll be back. I'll be back a little bit. I'm about to hop on Twitch about. I promise. 30 minutes. I'm gonna get me something to eat. I always say that, right? No, I promise you. 30 minutes. Give me 30 minutes tops. I'm online. I'm on Twitch. We getting it in.
My man switching out his IV drip. Yo,
Yeah,
shout
for
out
real.
to the chat. Shout out Dark Lord, everybody, man. Thanks for
Shout out to
rocking
everybody
out
in the
with us.
chat, man. Except the
Digital
Let's
streets.
Play. Yeah, we out here, man. The Garuda Legends. Garuda. We got RXL, fuck you, man. And your 27 cousins, they got deported, man. Free smoke. We out here.
Yo, peace.